Hello, Bill. I wanted you to know how much I appreciated you taking your valuable time to make those personalized videos for me and my mother. She is better using visuals, and so am I, although I do like digging deeper into the details for myself. The website links, the books, your basic overview have helped me understand that cash flow system you found for my mother to use. I've read the books you recommended and visited the website that was offering any financial advisor who could guarantee to generate better gains than this cash flow system a $100,000 reward if they could provide proof if their strategy could beat it. That was pretty powerful validation of this system. I took time to read up on the infinite banking system. I had to read the book several times before it finally sunk in. I agree that for my mother to use me because of my health and age will give her the best option to keep her nest egg from diminishing. It is the most money she is going to have for her security. As for myself, I would like to meet with you and your team to see how I can benefit from using this system considering my circumstances. I know now that at first this did seem too good to be true, but after digging a little deeper, I realize that it is better to learn how my money could be used to benefit me instead of just being told what to think by those that hope I remain uninformed on their little secret they've been hiding from us. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, I was hoping you could give a short breakdown comparison between the cash flow system and some of the other options out there that I've been considering. My Vanguard advisor said that he had some better options than this infinite banking thing, and we should come over to meet with him. I must admit, I am excited and looking forward to being free of the controlling institution that I have been giving my power and money to all these years. The longest journey starts with the first step. Let's begin. Jeff.
Well, needless to say, after reading that letter, I had no problem showing the comparison. So here's how I broke it down. Right now, you have $130,000 just sitting there doing nothing, essentially. So what are your options? We've been talking about using the cash flow system. We've kind of gone over that. Jeff's been considering other things for you. I don't know what that is, but let's just assume the only other things out there are CDs, bonds, variable annuities, mutual funds, or just leave it where it is sitting in the bank. We kind of already know you don't want mutual funds or variables or anything that can lose money. So let's just write down the pros and cons. You want your money to be accessible? Of course you do. The cash flow system, it is accessible. In fact, you can draw out more money than you put in those later years. The other ones, in order to get it out, you have to actually break a CD in order to cash it out. So it's not as accessible as our cash flow system. Do you want guaranteed gains? Yes, you don't want any loss, so the cash flow system will provide the guaranteed gains. There are no guarantees other than CDs, which pay you nothing, and the other options. Do you want the gains to be tax-free? This is important because this would affect your how people look at your Social Security. Well, the cash flow system, they are tax-free. They are not tax-free in any other thing other than a Roth IRA, but you're not going to take one of those out. And they're limited to only $6,000 a year. Do you want it insured from loss? Well, yeah. Cash flow system is insured up to $300,000. There is no other insurance on things like mutual funds, variable annuities, CDs, bonds, etc. They are not backed. Do you want it to leave a tax-free death benefit for your family after you're gone? Well, of course, this cash flow system, we've looked at that. It leaves a lot more money than your savings account or any other thing. These other ones do not. Whatever's left in the account, that's what they get. And if there were any gains, they're all taxable. And this is important. Fees. Do you like paying fees? I don't. There are no fees in the cash flow system. However, there are fees up to, we've already kind of checked this out if you did watch the videos, 3.6% for these, what they call handling fees in these mutual fund managers. Out of your pocket, no matter if it makes money or not, you're paying 3.6% or whatever the balance is in that money. And that's just no good. Now, we already realized that fees are not just 1%. You pay up to 3.6%. They're just called different soft charges, handling charges, transfer funds, all these things. These are all factored into your statement, which no one can decipher anyway. Again, hopefully you did watch these videos that kind of show you the pitfalls of these other options. Okay, you probably figured it out by now. In my mind, this is how I thought it should have gone down. But of course, that wasn't the letter I got from Jeff.
The letter I got from Jeff was not like the one earlier. Basically, this was the response I got. I do not wish to pursue any life insurance policy or other financial products. Thank you for your assistance, Jeff. I must admit I had higher expectations than one sentence, thank you for your assistance, but that's the way it goes. I'm pretty thick-skinned. It's disappointing when there's no... Here's the reason why I don't think this would be a good idea, but this one-sentence thing. There have been a couple of times that this has happened to me when involving the children for this system. I told you about that one time, Larry Dodge and his wife Jeannie. Jeannie was a little too delicate, if you know what I mean. The second time it happened was from a couple of daughters who, for some reason, they told their mother, no, this is a bad idea, but they knew nothing about it. So it breaks down like this, in my opinion. Here's what I found out when this happens. After explaining to the insured that it costs them nothing and it's a gift from their mother or their father and just say thank you, they say, no, we're not going to do this. I don't want to do this for whatever reason. Now, there's kind of three choices I see here. One, they either can't understand the concept, or they can't read very well, or they can't retain, or their absorption rate is different. They're just kind of slow. As far as the girls went, I found out later they didn't want to do the paramed because apparently, unbeknownst to their mother, they didn't want her to find out that, well, I guess they like to smoke quite a bit of pot and some other stuff, and cigarettes, which, by the way, they were hiding from her mother. I don't know if that was the case for Larry Dodge. The third reason is protective or controlling, I don't know, but they don't want anybody else telling their parents what to do with their money. I don't get that, but I always assume that the parents have been on Earth a little longer than the kids. It isn't their first rodeo. Anyway, so I was very reluctant to even just share as much information as I did with Jeff. I don't have any problem with, because you get the concept. The more information sometimes come back and shoot you in the foot, but I thought Jeff was a very logical thinker. So I don't really believe he did the homework. That's just the way it is. I got kids. I probably would have asked, do you have any people we could call that are actually using this system? Kind of like a reference. If I was getting my roof fixed, I'd want to actually talk to somebody who they did a job for as a reference. I'd ask them, tell me, how did this help you? But didn't even get that request, because I got tons of people we can call. But for now, I just thought I would kind of share this with you, and I will let this go. But I wanted to give you one last kind of farewell on this concept, because I am disappointed, because this is the one thing that's actually going to help you in the long run. Not only that, but everybody else concerned. But like I said before, I can lead people to the well and tell them where it is, but I can't make them drink. It's frustrating for me and kind of disappointing. Anyway, I hope you actually listen to the whole thing. If not, no big deal as far as on my end. And you don't have to feel weird if we ever talk. So, that's it for now. I just thought this would be kind of one last little story for us. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, Penny.